So, very good morning to all of you. We are just going to start the magnetic effect of electric current. Okay, so today we'll start the new chapter. Okay, is there any doubt in previous chapter in electric current, or have you faced any doubt?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, okay, so I hope there is no doubt in electric current, and you will do best when it will come in for examination. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
magnetic effect of electric current. Okay, so the new chapter we are going to start today is your magnetic effect of electric current. Magnetic effect of electric current. So have you gone through this chapter earlier? Yes, I hope it is done earlier. Isn't it? Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
पूरा
Yes, sir, but
कंप्लीट नहीं
not
हुआ था, सर.
understood.
कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ था पूरा.
Okay, it was not completed,
Yes, sir.
but it is coming in your examination.
उसके बाद सर आप आ गए तो पंकज सर पढ़ाए नहीं.
So means how much he have completed? Whole completed or not? So let me know.
No, sir.
Otherwise, I have to plan for it because
Yes, sir, completed. Other portions are cut.
Completed, sir.
okay. So be careful. I'm just going through in such a way. I'm just considering like you have done so far. Okay, that's why I'm just asking you. If it is not completed, let me know. I will try to complete within this week, or means I will take 2 or 3 class in next week, because you have a half yearly examination from the 5th onwards, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So okay, if it is not done,
नोट्स वगैरह कुछ नहीं करवाए थे सर.
those who are thinking that it's done, please go through, revise it, and those who are thinking that it's yet to be started,
Sir,
start today only. Okay. So coming to the first.
sir, this chapter is completed.
Okay, that's good. Good. So, but
रिवाइज कर लो.
yeah, just revise it from my. Okay, so coming to the first term, that is what is magnetism and how it arises. Okay, so how we came to know there is a magnetic field. Okay, these things has to be answered. Okay, so we'll discuss first what is magnetism. Okay, what is magnetism we'll discuss, and what we'll see what is magnetic field and what are the properties of magnetic field. We'll see these things. Okay, so magnetism is a property. It's a property due to which substance get attracted or repelled. Means not every substance, but means you can say just like your iron is going to be attracted or repelled. So by property by virtue of which it is going to be attracted or repelled is known as a magnetism. Okay, so we can write here what is basically the magnetism. The property due to which, or by virtue of which, substance attracts pieces of iron nickel or cobalt. Okay, towards itself, towards itself, towards itself is called magnetism. Is called magnetism. Okay, so magnetism is basically property. It's a property, and this property is shown by certain elements. Okay, as well as it is also shown by our earth. Okay, and this can be produced as well. Okay, so magnetism is basically the property, a naturally occurring substance. You know, the naturally occurring means iron ore, basically known as your, you can say, the ferric oxide. Okay, having a property of attracting the iron pieces, having this property of magnetism. So you can say the means naturally occurring iron ore, that is your ferric oxide, having the property of magnetism, that is, or you can say in simple words, it attracts the iron pieces. So we can say this produces the magnetic field here, naturally occurring. So naturally occurring means a iron ore, that is your ferric oxide. Means this will be your Fe2O3. Fe2O3. This is your naturally occurring substance, naturally occurring iron ore, that is Fe2O3, attracts the iron piece. So this attraction property is due to the magnetism.
Ferric oxide.
So this is due to property of magnetism. It's only due to the property of magnetism. And you know, it was found in the magnesia, means it is the magnesia in the upper part of it. That's why it is known as a magnet or magnetism. Okay, the name magnetism arises only due to occurrence of this your ferric oxide in magnesia, that is present in the upper part of the Greek. That's why it is known as your magnet or magnetism. Okay, so have you means understand why this the substance which have an ability to attract or repel the iron piece is known as a magnet? It's only due to the occurrence of this ferric oxide in magnesia, that is present in the Greeks. Okay, so that's why it is known as a magnet. So let's come to discuss about the magnet. What magnet is, we have discussed so far magnetism. Now we are going to discuss
magnet
about the magnet. Okay, okay, so you can say those substance which have a property to which have a property of magnetism are said to be magnet. Okay, or you can say the substance which attracts small pieces of iron, nickel, cobalt and steel, and that points in north south direction when freely suspended is known as a magnet. Okay, a substance having having property of attraction, towards iron, cobalt, nickel, and points in north-south direction. When suspended in horizontal plane, is known as a magnet. What we used to say, this is basically your magnet. Okay, so you can say the natural magnets are of irregular shape. Irregular shape means what? It can be either of shape. Means we can't say that it is having a particular type of shape. It can be of either shape. So that's why we used to say the sound is coming from the, I think, Asif. Please mute yourself.
Fahad Ahmad.
Or Fahad, please remove. Please just mute yourself. Okay. So I was saying that the natural means you can say the natural this magnet is of irregular shape. This does not having a particular shape. Okay, but when we used to make the artificial magnet, like we can say it can have a shape of bar magnet, or it can have a shape of the horseshoe magnet. Okay, these are basically the artificial magnets. So we can go to the next page, and we can say, we can write one important point. Natural magnet are of irregular shape. Okay, but the artificial magnet can be of your, you can say, the bar magnet as well as a horseshoe magnet. What do you mean by the artificial magnet? So artificial magnet are those magnets which are made by the man. Okay, which are made by the man. So this artificial magnet is of two types, or you can say this can be categorized in two parts. Who is D? I'm not going to allow in my class naming like D. And one is your you can say the bar magnet. Okay, and another is your like you can say the horseshoe magnet. Okay, so let's see how these are how is the shape of these two magnets. So bar magnet is like this, you know. This is the bar magnet. This is in the shape of bar. So it have always a north and south pole. Okay. So a magnet cannot exist without dipole. Means any magnet is there, then it will contain the north and south pole. Without north and south pole, or you can say the magnetic monopole does not exist. Monopole means what? If there is only north pole, then that is not going to exist. If there is going to south pole, then that type of magnet cannot exist. So this is basically the means a bar magnet. And what is the shape of your horseshoe magnet? So it is like this, inverted U shape. So it is like a inverted U shape. It is your inverted U shape is there. So you should understand this bar magnet produces non-uniform magnetic field. So first we should understand what is basically the non-uniform magnetic field, and this horseshoe magnet produces the uniform magnetic field. So you can write here the non-uniform magnetic field is produced, but here the field will be uniform. Uniform magnetic field is produced. Okay, so let's see what are the different source of the this magnetism or magnet. So this can be of two types. One can be your time dependent source and another can be your time independent source. Okay. This is source of magnetic field. Source of magnetic field. So this can be your, one will be your time independent, and another will be your time dependent. So time independent will be your bar magnet. It will be your bar magnet. While in case of the time dependent, it will be your electromagnet. Okay, so the bar magnet will produce, means it will be producing magnetic field continuously, and it will be independent on time. Okay, it will not depend upon time. But if you are talking about the electromagnet, so the magnetic field produced by due to the electric current. So that is basically your electromagnet. So that type of magnetic field are known as your time dependent. So we have discussed two terms. One is your magnetism and one is your magnet. Now we have to just discuss what is basically magnetic field. We have to just discuss what is magnetic field and what is the unit of magnetic field. Okay, we'll see the different you can say definitions of the magnetic field. So let's discuss first what is magnetic field. Okay, so it is the space, or means you can say it is the area, or it is the density. Okay? It is the space or area or density around a magnet up to its influence can be measured. Its influence can be measured. Okay, it is density or area or space around magnet where its influence can be measured. Can be measured, or you can say the place or area where a moving charge or a magnet or nickel, cobalt means these means you can say iron is going to experience certain force, or in other words you can describe like this: the space or area where a moving charge, iron, nickel or cobalt experience certain force. Means the space or area where a moving charge or iron or nickel or cobalt experience a certain force is said that there is a magnetic field. There is a magnetic field. Okay, so each magnet have their own magnetic field, and the area, or you can say the place up to which the magnetic field can be experienced depends upon the strength of magnetic field. Strength of magnetic field means what? Means how strong your magnet is there. If your magnet is very strong, then its field will be stronger. If your magnet is very weak, then its field will be limited in very less space or area. Okay, so coming to the unit of magnetic field, and one more definition we can have also here. The magnetic field can be how we can define. So let's see the unit of magnetic field. And one more important thing, the magnetic field is vector quantity. Magnetic field is your vector quantity.
Direction.
And the SI unit,
Tesla.
yeah, the SI unit of magnetic field is Tesla. It is in the name of the scientist, that is Nicholas Tesla was there, and who discovered basically this magnetic field.
Magnet.
Okay, so in the name of that particular scientist, name is means a unit of magnetic
Unit is there.
Tesla. Okay, apart from the Tesla, the another unit of magnetic field is your Gauss. Another unit of magnetic field is Gauss, or you can say this Weber. It is also one of the unit, Weber per meter square. Okay, so these are the three different units. Okay, so 1 Tesla is equal to 1 Weber per meter square, but 1 Gauss is equal to 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla. 1 Gauss is equal to 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla. 1 Gauss is equal to 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla, and 1 Tesla is equal to 1 Weber per meter square. Okay, so there can be one more important definition regarding the your yes. Mala, is there any problem? Yeah, is there any doubt?
No, sir.
No, who's that? Who was that? Astos was there. Yes, Astos. No doubt. Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. Coming to
आवाज
the
आई
another,
होगी सर कहीं से.
I was just going to define once again the magnetic field. How the magnetic field is defined once again. Let's see.
Next definition.
Yeah, in this topic only we are just going to define. Once again we are going to define, because so far we have described the defined the magnetic field in two ways. Now this is the third way to describe the magnetic field.
Yes, sir.
Definition. This is your definition of magnetic field.
Magnetic field.
So magnetic field is numerically equal to force acting on unit charge particle, when it moves with 1 meter per second, or unit velocity, You can understand in a way, if there is a unit charge particle or a 1 coulomb charge particle and that is moving in a magnetic field. Okay, so we can say the magnetic field is numerically equal to the force acting. Means whatever the force will be acted on that charge particle, that is of 1 coulomb, when it is moving with means unit meter per second or unit velocity, whatever the force will be there, that will be equal to the magnetic field. Now you should understand this point in very clear manner. If I am saying that 2 chairs and 2 tables, the magnitude is 2, so this magnitude is going to equal, but chair does not become the table. Okay, मेरी बात समझिए. मैं ये कह रहा हूँ 2 कबूतर और 2 मोर, तो 2 कबूतर और 2 मोर का मतलब ये हुआ, the magnitude is going to equal. 2 और 2 इक्वल होंगे, मोर कबूतर नहीं बन जाएगा या कबूतर मोर नहीं बन जाएगा. In the similar way, the magnetic field will be remains magnetic field, but it will be numerically equal to the force. Okay, magnetic field कभी force नहीं बन जाता है, but जो whatever the value of force will be there acting on a unit charge particle when it moves with a unit velocity, then that amount of force will become equal to the magnetic field. Got my point or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hope so.
Yes, sir.
You are getting. The attendance is very means minimum. People are not. Who is that? Okay, I can know the name. Now you write where it was. Now you write. I will just means catch you. Okay. So I was just discussing the attendance is very low.